welcome to In Style Cooking and with the Community. I'm so excited. We've got a wonderful guest again today, Susan.
Yes, we do.
And I'm the host, Kathy Tillery, and Susan Shipman is our co-host.
Yes.
And Lewis Downing with Downing & Sons is here with us today.
I'm thrilled to be back.
Yay!
Thank you.
And so we are going to, of course, we cook the first half of the show, and then the second half we sit down and have a good community talk with our guest, okay? So today, what are we going to cook, Susan? She's in charge of the cooking here.
We are going to do some pan-seared chicken breast with dill and olive oil and butter. And we're going to have linguine with brown butter and a little Parmesan on top for good measure with everything. And we have some nice bread here. Because you need some bread when you're going to have linguine with butter on it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and so that's it. We'll boil the linguine when the water gets to boiling, and I'm going to start by
Stop. He said. TV cut off behind us. Do you want me to try to turn it on, MJ?
It's on. It's just lost the signal.
Oh, yeah, I see it. It did. You want to start over? Or what do you want to do, MJ?
Yeah, we can start over.
You want to just start over, or you want to?
Little knife.
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
He's got to get by Susan. I thought I saw something flash in the corner of my eye. It was the TV went on. You want to leave it off?
I don't know where these gloves came from. Some doctor's office somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I always have plenty of those. You don't need any.
Thank
Old
you.
nurse 30 years. Mine are blue though.
I had some blue ones and
Most
some
of the
purple
time, that's
ones.
what I
and
carry in my emergency bag in the
I'll tell you
car.
where mine are. Somewhere in that basement.
All right, now you're gonna have to act like you're not doing that in a minute.
Yeah, I will. Who, me? I'm not doing anything. I meant to clean this up before which apparently I could have done since I was in the parking lot for 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes on my sleep time. I didn't get much of that last night. See, that's a lazy butcher right there. It's got a piece of bone in it.
If you want to, so you can
This
cut
water's
it
about
in.
to
If you
boil.
want, you
You've
want me
been turned
to
off?
just
No,
Turned down.
we're
say yes
Okay.
again,
Yeah.
or what? Yeah, just start over then. That's fine. We wasn't in but about a minute, were we? Okay.
You got this, MJ.
All right, you ready? All right, get ready like you hadn't been cooking now. We're starting again. 9, 8, 7. Erase miles, Sis.
With gusto and enthusiasm.
Welcome to In Style Cooking and the Community. And we are so excited that you're with us today. I'm the host, Kathy Tillery, and Susan Shipman.
Hi.
Hello, Susan.
Hello.
She's got something great for us today.
We
I know
do.
she's going to cook something
We do.
great. We have a wonderful guest, Lewis Downing with Downing & Sons.
Thanks,
Thank you
Lewis.
for joining
Thank
us
you all so much
today.
for having me back.
And you can join us.
You didn't
Don't
mess up
forget,
that.
you can join us right here on WEAC TV 24, and you can download it on the app. I have it on my phone, and you click on the left side, and that way you can see the shows when they air, and I'll also tell you the airing times. Also, don't forget at home, I know I don't have cable anymore, so I actually went and hit the search bar on the Fire. I have a Fire TV and a Roku TV.
Okay.
So you hit the search bar, and then you can type in like you're hunting something. Just type in WEAC TV 24. It'll come up, kind of like you're looking at it in your phone on one of them. And then you just hit the live, and you'll be able to see us.
Super
if
easy
we're on.
to do
So
that.
now you need
Yeah.
to know the times we're on, right? Every Wednesday morning, a new show will air from 8 to 9 a.m. Then we're on again on Wednesday evenings from 7 to 8 p.m. Then again on Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m.
Nice.
Excellent.
On Sundays, we're on from 4 to 5 p.m. And on Monday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. before a new show airs the following Wednesday.
That's a lot of time.
Plenty of
So,
opportunities to watch and rewatch.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you for watching, whether you're in Auburn, Sylacauga, or like my sister lives up in Arab, Huntsville area.
Arab.
She just downloaded it and she gets to see it. And then my niece actually watches this on her phone because she's at work
Excellent.
at
Oh,
8
nice.
o'clock on
You
Wednesday
know,
morning.
if I can figure it out, you can figure it out.
Yes.
I promise you,
You
because
can
I'm
do-
pretty inept at the whole
Yes,
electronic
yes.
thing. And,
And
so
like
it's
so,
super
you
easy.
have family members that watch us in another state,
Yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely. In St. Augustine, Florida. Hello, Auntie Marion. Yes,
Yeah.
in Tuscaloosa. Hello, Auntie Carol.
Yes, and we have my lots of family members spread out through all over the state. But you can watch us in other states as well. So please join us
Or
right
countries.
here. Yes, that's true because
Yes.
it's live stream.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And Lewis Downing is actually here in Calhoun County.
That's right.
You have a great business.
I have a business.
Yes, and some wonderful things. So if you didn't join us for one of the episodes where we previously had Lewis on, great. They do upholstery. You have
We
the
sell
fabric.
drapery and upholstery supplies. We don't do any of the work.
Yeah, you don't do the
But we
actual
can
work.
set
But
you up with someone that can do the work. If you need to have, your old furniture needs to be reupholstered, want to breathe some new life into it, we can definitely accommodate that.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, if you go into Downing's and you leave with nothing, then you were not shopping.
Or we confused you.
yeah, and Downing
That could
and
happen too. That
Sons
could happen too.
has
yeah.
been open
Yeah.
since 1963.
Wow,
And there's the
yes,
phone number for you
yes.
all, 256-236-8972. So please jot that number down. If not, you can easily get to Downing and Sons.
Right, and you can also find us on the internet
Okay.
at downingandsons.com.
Yes.
DowningandSons.com.
Yes. I have been
so, great little shop.
Yes,
and
indeed.
so much history.
Fun stuff there. Fun stuff.
The building, I remember my mom used to take me in there when I was a little girl, and
Sure.
she used to buy all her vegetables there.
Sure.
That was before there was a Lowe's. There was no
right.
Lowe's
That's
back
right.
then. There was
Charlotte bought fabric
there was no
there for
super
years.
Home Depot or none of that. Everything came from that would have been your dad and granddad's shop.
Well,
then,
my
right?
grandparents.
Yeah,
My
your grandparents.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Susan, what are you pounding on?
I am just trying to make noise. I'm working on some chicken breasts. I've trimmed as much of the yuck off of it as I can.
Okay, so tell us what we're doing today. What are you cooking?
We're going to have pan-seared chicken breast with dill included, and then we're having linguine that's going to be in a brown butter sauce, and we're going to coat everything with some nice fresh grated Parmesan. So
Oh, very nice.
yeah. So we're just
Delicious.
making this a little bit flatter so that it doesn't take as long to cook, and that looks pretty good. This is a pound, almost a pound of chicken breast right here. Pterodactyls, we used to joke about. Mother and I was like, those are really big. We've got water getting ready to boil over here to put the linguine in. I think I killed it.
And she's got these awesome little butane burners, which you could probably pick up anywhere now.
Oh, that one may be out of fuel.
And if not, you know what? I bet Lewis is so good on the computer, he could even help you if you needed to order some things. When you come in the store, you buy from him, and he could help you find these little burners
Probably could
online
do that.
somewhere.
Probably
Yes,
could
I'll tell
do
you what we're
that.
going to do
Yeah.
is we're just going to swap out
can I
our
do with
fuel
my
real
hands?
quickly. You just sit tight, and I'm going to make like I know
Oh,
what
she
I'm
just
doing.
got to switch out her.
We're going
Now
to
that's
put
That's easy-
butane,
that's easy
right?
enough to
fuel in
do.
here.
Yeah. And we're boiling because she's going to make this great linguine, and she also brought some bread.
Yes, you got to have
And
bread.
if you are just joining us, Susan Shipman is the co-host, and she is actually owns Oven Odyssey.
Yes.
She's
right
a
here.
wonderful, wonderful cook.
And she
Thank
does
you.
catering, and she has a great business. And she does out of her, oh, can I say it? Backyard. Her phone number is 938-899-4222. And she owns Oven Odyssey, and she is just so good. She's got a garden. She grows things fresh.
She does.
She does a lot of catering, don't you?
I do, and
And now
actually
she's got her
I'm doing something
butane
for
fixed
my-
back there. This
well,
is live
apparently
TV,
not.
so things like that happen. You know, what can you
has to
say?
go in that
But
little
these
slot
beautiful
right there,
blueberries right here, Lewis, these came from Susan's backyard. These were
I'm
from her backyard
I'm
right
sure
here.
they did.
Have you
That's
snuck and got
the
one?
I've been
They're
sneaking.
delicious.
They are. They're,
Yeah,
they're
they're
very
delicious.
delicious.
Oh, I have to have
It
it
is
in the office. I
blueberry
got this.
season.
It is blueberry season. And
Okay.
Prime blueberry season.
all right.
So she's got her hot
Slight
water
delay there.
And
boiling.
we're back in business.
We're back in
Now, do you
business.
add a little salt to your linguine?
Lewis is going to add some salt to that because
Oh,
it'll be
yeah.
very boring without it. And
Should I go ahead and
So
add that
that's
or
your
you wait till it
hint, I
boils?
guess,
you can
Lewis,
go
yeah.
ahead and put the salt in. Easy.
All
How about
that?
a pinch? No.
Oh yeah, just
take
a
it, no,
pinch.
no, take your fingers.
Just a little bitty bit.
There you go. There you go.
That's
That's
it?
good.
Yep.
Yeah, because we can't take that back out. But we can add more if we need to. We're going to put some of this
Okay.
robust extra virgin olive oil in the pan where we're going to cook the chicken. I'll put the top back on that. or I'll
And okay,
spill
so
it.
I have to ask, do you add oil to yours? I usually do olive oil in with my pasta. Do you
we
do
will
that
not
or
do
not?
it in with the pasta. And we're not going to put it. Usually, when I take pasta out of
Right.
the water, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in it so it doesn't stick together. But we're using the butter, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do butter
Okay.
instead.
Okay.
I've got some plant butter here, and then I've also got some cow butter. We're using the cow butter. This is
What is
salted
plant
cow
butter?
It's made out of avocado oil. This is.
Really?
Yes, and so
Is there different applications for where you, are there different times where you would use plant-based rather than
you know it's.
cow-based?
If there are people that are eating non-dairy,
Okay.
and that's easy
Oh,
enough,
yeah.
and so we can certainly accommodate that. We're going to put this other little chickie back in the.
Now, do you make your
cooler.
own butter, Susan?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I had to ask that.
Yeah,
because
I'm leaving that
she's
to the
very
experts.
savvy on that.
I'm leaving
I
that
have
to the
never had. I
experts.
guess that would be like vegetable
I guess.
oil. I guess.
You make butter out of milk.
Right.
I have-
The cream.
Accidentally made butter
Exactly.
when I was whipping cream.
There you go.
but-
Have you really?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes, and yeah. So
All right, she's getting her burners
all
going
this.
here.
there we go.
There it goes.
All right, now I don't want this on real high.
Those chicken breasts won't take long to
There it
cook, I
goes.
guess.
They will not, and we pounded them so that they would not take long to cook. We'll know
Okay.
kind of when the pan's ready because the butter will melt. Toss your linguine in there,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
and we're gonna. It's
Now,
11:42.
you
So I have a little trick for adding pasta to
you
water.
add all that in there. Do
I'm
you
just gonna
break it
spin
in
it with
half?
my
How about
hand.
that?
Yes.
Oh, look
Voila.
at you! Did
Can't
y'all
believe I
see
pulled
that
that
trick?
off on television.
Yes,
That's
well
pretty
done.
cool.
Yes, indeed. All right, so it's going to take about 10 minutes for that pasta to cook. Even if you like chewy pasta, it's going to take about 10 minutes for that pasta to cook. It'll work its way down, and so we're going to cool that
That's
off.
a good idea. I've never seen that.
How about
Lois.
that? Louis,
I usually
you-
just take my pasta and I actually break it in half and then throw it in the hot water, just because I don't want it to all stick together.
Yeah.
You know, and the grandkids.
Need
And
it a little
actually,
shorter anyway.
yeah, they don't
mind
like
me
that long, the
wandering
long
around.
strings.
I will come to a point in my life one day, I know, when I don't have to cut pasta up in bowls for kids anymore.
Yeah,
And I'll miss it one day too, I'm
yeah. Well, now then you'll have some grandchildren probably.
my
sure.
goodness.
much later.
I have a little one.
Yeah.
Much later.
I have two
Bring
brand
us
new
grandbabies.
little
Watch
ones.
that. Don't let do anything
I won't
crazy.
let it boil over.
Two brand new little ones.
Yes, you do.
Okay, now what are you cutting up, Susan?
This is dill. This is dill flowers here on this end.
Wow.
We don't want the dill flowers. It's okay. I'm not rejecting you. This came out of the garden. Can you smell that?
Oh, I
Yes.
can smell it
Isn't that
now.
lovely?
I can smell it. I
Yes, I
can smell it
Isn't
here.
that lovely?
We sell
So-
dill seed
Fresh dill.
at the store by the scoop. And it is very fragrant. I love to open. I love when
Yes.
someone
Can
buys
you throw
dill.
that in? Can I throw that in my big flower bed that I have, or no?
Yeah, the seeds,
Absolutely.
yes, yes.
Absolutely.
What, so
It's easy to grow.
can it grow with anything, or will it hurt tomatoes or
No,
anything?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So I can throw that in with my tomatoes and my basil.
Absolutely. My wife actually planted some basil in the flower bed around our mailbox.
Oh,
Just because she had some
really?
extra room and we had some extra basil. And
Really,
little
that's a good
tiny bit
idea
of
though.
basil in
Because you know
here.
it's great to keep bugs away. That's
Sure.
why I use it by my
Sure.
tomato plants.
okay.
Basil. This is dark opal basil.
Ah.
Do you at your store, Lewis? Do you still sell the plants?
Sure we do, yeah. We have basil
Okay.
plants.
Okay,
but if you
good.
if you're making a bunch of pickles or you're gonna need a bunch of basil or dill or you're just rather fond of it, we sell a little bit goes a long way with dill seed. And
Yeah.
it smells so good when we open that jar.
The
Well, I've got to come.
dill is really easy to grow.
I've been
It is.
hanging out too much with the kids and grandkids the past 2 weeks.
Oh, Mom, you got to get out.
Next week is my week to get out and do what I need to do.
All right,
As long as it's
So
not
I've been
raining, I
coming.
guess.
Yes, yeah. And that it actually worked out good, right? Being stuck
Right.
indoors.
Right.
Okay, so we
With
got
the
a little
kids.
sizzle going on here. The sizzle
Oh, it
comes
smells
because I
good.
put some butter in it. We wouldn't have the sizzle without the
We're
butter.
gonna take a quick break,
good.
so stay with us because Susan's chicken will be cooking, and we'll be right back with more in style cooking and the community. Welcome back to In Style Cooking and the Community. I'm Kathy Taylor here with Susan Sipman
Hi.
and
hi.
Lewis Downing
Lewis.
with
Hello.
Downing and Sons.
Yes.
And Susan is cooking up a delicious chicken linguine, correct?
Yes,
today?
pan-seared chicken with dill and linguine. I've got some parsley that we may throw in. I turned this off because we got a little more time to go on the linguine, and I don't want to totally overcook the chicken. So, in the meantime, we are going to grate some fresh Parmesan because we're not going to. This is going to be more like a garnish, not like a huge additive to the dish, but it will make the linguine with the brown butter sauce a little thicker and very nice, and it looks good on top of the chicken. So we're just going to grate some of that off. This little grater thing, these things aren't expensive. It's pretty handy. You know, there's a box grater. You can use one of those. If I'm only using one side of the grater thing, I really only need this. So
Yeah, if you only need a few tablespoons
Yeah.
of whatever.
And for
you're ready.
somebody
Right.
that maybe doesn't have fresh Parmesan, can they use like the Kraft or whatever brand,
I
the
will
powdered, or no? Not as good.
Just go get a little fresh
correct?
Parm. It's okay. Just go get a little. You can
This
buy a
stuff
small amount of fresh
lasts
Parm. It
forever.
does.
I
It
mean,
doesn't take
stays
much.
fresh. forever.
That's great
Yeah,
to know.
yeah, it
so
will.
it's worth the money then, because
Absolutely.
actually, does it? You refrigerate it though, right, Susan?
Yes. Yes, and it's a low-calorie cheese. It's a hard white cheese, and they're
Right.
lower in calories than like a cheddar. So it's better, not as bad for you. It's better for you actually, and it's got a nice nutty flavor. It's gluten-free. I don't know cheese that's not gluten-free, but they just put that on the label so they can maybe get more money for it. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheese is
Well, you know,
gluten-free.
people probably didn't know that. Most
bit more
cheese
of that.
all are gluten free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dairy product.
There you go.
Gluten comes from wheat products.
Anybody that has gluten allergies, and a lot of people
don't
do. A
let
lot of
them
people have
pull your
gluten
leg on
allergies. You
that.
know.
Yeah, this will kick you. If you have dairy issues, don't eat this because it will take you there.
Oh, okay.
yeah, but-
so
but-
if you have allergies to milk or sensitivities to milk,
Some
then
people
yeah.
are lactose intolerant,
Right.
and it has varying.
Is that cooking?
No. I turned it off because this is not done yet.
Okay,
And
see,
so we've got a
we're
little
learning
lag
here.
time,
You know,
yeah.
you've got to tell us
Yeah.
what you're doing.
It's all about timing.
Yes,
we
it
know-
is, and
so we know
sometimes
what's
my
going on
timing
here.
is just really off. So, and as soon as the pasta gets ready and we drain it in the bowl, then I'm going to put a different pan up here to brown the butter in, for us to then put the pasta back in the little pan that's got the browned butter, and to slather it very nicely together. All right, so we're going to go ahead and flip this over. Look at
And
that.
if you have a thermometer, I use a thermometer having a, history of a diabetic at home. Everything had to be cooked well. I always watch the expiration dates, which you need to. But 165, stuck right in the middle of that, it's done.
Yeah, this is
It's
going to
ready
be
go.
done, I assure you.
But it looks, you can tell by looking at that.
You know, from experience cooking, we can kind
Yeah.
of figure those things out.
Yes.
I guess if you don't have great experience with cooking, then you need to use a thermometer.
And now a
And
lot
that's
of
good that
people
you
are
can.
finally cooking that
A lot
didn't
more-
used to cook. So
a
we're
lot more
proud of
people
you.
are
Cook,
cooking.
cook, cook.
More and more people are cooking.
Yes.
I think.
Snag this one out of there and let's see.
It's so much.
still hard as a rocket.
It's great to
That's still just
support our
before al
restaurants,
dente,
though.
I think.
I'm sorry?
We still want to support our restaurants, but cooking at home, I mean,
Sure.
you can cook and you can
You
put it
know,
up and leftovers for the next day. It's just
There's
easier.
so many things you can make that,
Cost effective.
are staples for a kitchen if you've ever cooked. There are a lot of people that never cook. And so you can get something in a box. We can give you something in a box that's got all of the ingredients that you need in that box. So you don't have to buy a 5-pound bag of self-rising
Sure.
flour. We'll give you 2 cups of
Who
it
does
to
that?
make.
You do that?
We will do 2 cups of
Oh,
self-rising
wow.
flour
Do you
so
hear
that
that?
you can make the muffins.
Okay,
I did not
okay,
know
guys,
that.
put her number up on the screen if you would
Yes.
of an Odyssey.
Yes.
So if you have a couple, say it's 2 people, and they want to prepare a meal, they can call you
Yes.
at 938-899-4222.
Yes. Yes, they can.
So you'll actually fix like the
Yes.
meal
Yeah,
prep.
yes, absolutely.
That is fantastic, Susan.
You know, it makes it a whole lot easier to actually be able to prepare a meal. Now, I mean, you're going to have something to. It's not going through the microwave.
Right.
The microwave cooking is for.
I don't cook in the
doesn't-
microwave either.
I'm not
I
agreeable to that.
warm butter in my
I
microwave.
have never. My wife and I had a microwave for about a month after we got married, and that's as much as I've ever had a microwave in my house.
Well, I have a microwave. It's the little bitty one because
That's looking
it's
pretty
great
good, isn't
for
it?
heating up butter or warming up water
You
for the
know,
bottles
I
for the
can have-
kids. But
I can have an absolute disaster. That's 10 minutes.
Okay. You gonna
with-
kill it?
Yeah, I think so. I can have an absolute disaster with butter in the microwave and it boisting.
what do you mean? How do you have a disaster with butter in the microwave now, Susan? do you leave it in there too
butter's got
long?
some milk solids in it that
Yeah.
is liquid, and so, okay, be
I
ready.
usually
Okay,
just
we'll
hit a
drain
half a
that right back
stick
in
for
here.
about
Yeah.
30 seconds, though. But I guess everybody's microwave's different, too.
I have had multiple disasters with the butter, even if I've got it covered up.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's
That,
just
you
like,
may have a
holy
strong.
moly.
You probably got a
It's
strong
big wattage,
microwave.
but still,
yeah.
it's butter. Can you not figure it out, girlfriend? And sometimes I have issues, apparently.
And then back into the
Yeah, I
pot
just
or
do a
leave it in
half a
the
We're gonna
stick
put
for
it
like
in a
30
different
seconds, and usually it melts it.
Okay.
Sometimes it
So
doesn't
just
melt
hold it there.
all of
Okay.
it, but
Come out of
It
there,
melts
guys.
on its own.
Come on, come on. Okay. Now we're going to put this pan
oh,
on.
that smells good.
I hope so.
It's smelling good.
And we're going to melt some butter right there. And
Do you
we're
just
going
turn
to
it back on? Or?
Go all
Smelling
the
really
way,
good.
all the way, and make it click. There you go. Then
And
back off.
that was just some regular butter. Do you
medium
use
low.
salted butter,
Yeah.
Susan, or not
It is-
unsalted?
This is salted butter.
Okay.
I use unsalted to bake with, but so you can control the amount of salt that's going into your
Right.
baked product.
Right.
Okay, we're going to watch that. So
That's what I
We don't
do.
want it
I use
burnt, but we
salted.
want it
Right.
browned,
Okay.
and so we're
I
going
can do
to
that.
put the pasta into that when that is ready. Let's not sit. That's good. Okay. All right. So we're going to turn this back on.
And turn our
So
chicken back
maybe
on.
we can have everything sort of ready at the same time-ish. It's always a goal in my
Perfect.
kitchen to have things ready at the same time. It doesn't always work out like that.
It doesn't.
And so you just have to
In our
do it.
house, if we invite you to dinner and say we're going to eat at 6,
Right.
eat on the way because we're not going to eat until 9.
Until everybody gets in there and gets it done.
Right.
Yeah.
What I meant is we'll start
Yeah.
cooking around 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the way
think
my
it's
husband is
raining.
about grilling. You know, I'll say,
Sure, yeah,
I'll say,
sure.
okay, can I tell the kids to be here at 4 or 5?
Like whenever.
Well, 5's fine,
Not
he'll
even till
say.
dark.
And I'll say, okay. Great. So we're eating at 5? No, we're not eating at 5. I'm starting to cook.
Right.
And then
But that's
the
the time
kids
we
will
get
be
to spend together,
When,
you know?
when is the food ready?
In our house, the
30
kitchen's
more
kind of the
minutes.
heart of the
Yeah.
of the house, and so we'll hang out and drink some wine or whatever, and fellowship a
Tell
little
some
bit, and tell some
stories,
stories, and start cooking. That's just the way that I grew up, and so I guess I've
Heart
carried
of the house,
right.
absolutely. I remember being in Granny and Grandpa's kitchen. They lived in a farmhouse in Cuba, Alabama, in Sumter County, and I loved being there, and I loved going out in the fields with Grandpa, and the kitchen was ginormous, and they had a huge wood table, and you know, they would put me on a stool so I could reach the stove or reach the sink, and sitting out on the porch on the two big swings, you know, doing pink-eye purple hull peas.
That's right.
It was just a very lovely, casual,
well,
hardworking.
That is where we are definitely Southern. Because
ma'am.
Southern women and Southern men, we love cooking. It's
men
like a
think the
great
grill
way to
is the only
always
way.
bring your family and friends together.
Yes.
You can always cook.
But it's just like shelling peas, you know, sitting on the porch, shelling peas, giving everybody a double fistful of peas to shell, and
Talking. Peas all
hang
get
out,
done. and
right.
Stories are told.
That's
and
right.
If you
a good time is
if
had.
you didn't eat, you know, when my mom, when I was little, Mom would cook the food. She'd be like, "Oh, you really need to try this."
Right,
Just
that's
kind of
right,
forcing
that's
it in your
right.
mouth. I did
My
the
granny
same thing
was
to
a
my
food
kids.
pusher.
I said, "Okay, you gotta
Wonder
eat
why we
this."
enjoy eating so much. Just have a little bit more. I'm like, okay.
So Susan, this butter's on its way,
I'm thinking the butter. We're going to
And-
dump this in there.
and the milk solids will
Hopefully.
sink to the bottom and get browned,
The
right?
milk solids ought to
And kinda get
cook-
nutty?
Yes, and the wetness will cook out so that it's just got the oil left.
Okay.
So I think that is. I'm going to crank that just a squidge and bring that up a little bit. And,
Okay.
And then we're going to almost say
The
it's
dill
done.
on that chicken smells
Isn't that nice?
amazing.
Yes.
Very nice.
The like I said, dill is super easy to cook, or it wouldn't happen with me. And it has done well with all the rain. Some of it's yellowed up a little bit, but mostly it's been just fine.
And you
with
can
all the
tell
rain
that
we've
she's a
had.
true chef because of the presentation, Lewis.
We're putting the pasta in the saute pan. Sure.
The presentation, Susan's food is always so. The
splash
presentation's so pretty. Mine doesn't look so great, but it may taste good.
Well,
A lot of times that's the way
remember
it works, you
that
know.
we sauce. We eat with our eyes first.
Yeah.
My little brother would just love you doing that.
Oh,
Right here on TV.
Yes.
look at there. You can tell he helps in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
That's
He is
awesome.
not a stranger to the
Awesome.
kitchen.
Well, I
Awesome,
pushed my
Wes.
luck far enough. I guess I just toss this a little bit, Susan.
Yeah. Yes. See if you can distribute that nicely, and so a box of linguine, that's 8 servings according to the
Right.
box. I don't know about that.
You didn't make this fresh, Susan?
I did not. Okay, put some of it in here.
Okay.
And we're going to
We're going to take our time because we
put
may
the-
take
the
a quick
food
break
on
and then
top.
come back.
Well, we'll be eating.
Bit more?
Yes.
A bit more.
If we take a break, then you will see me with dill between my teeth.
That linguine looks.
Okay.
Okay, now I must tell the truth. I did not know to do that butter trick just then to my linguine.
Well, I was just showing off a little bit.
No, I mean, I usually just take the linguine,
Oh,
strain it,
yeah.
and then add
The
like
browning
chicken
butter?
or Alfredo or whatever.
Look how gorgeous that
Look
is.
how pretty. Let the guys zoom in on that right quick before we go to break.
Put a little color on
Amazing.
How
it.
pretty.
That is lovely, isn't it?
It's very
Yes,
lovely.
it
And the
is.
dill's going to have a very nice flavor with the chicken. Okay, so
Oh my
we
God,
are
that
going
looks delicious.
to do this.
Delicious. Adding a little Parmesan to the top.
Gorgeous.
Nice. Okay, and we have real plates to eat this on.
So pretty, pretty, pretty. All
Okay.
right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us for more In Style Cooking and with the community. Welcome back to In Style Cooking and with the community. And Susan is making a great dish. If you're just now joining us, I'm Kathy Tillery and this is Susan Shipman. And we have Lewis Downing with us today,
Hello,
right
Lewis.
here from
Lewis has
Evanston.
been an excellent kitchen helper.
Yes,
flipping the
he
linguine,
has.
showing off. Yes.
And
Like
so
he's been in the kitchen
if
before.
you're just joining us, you can see how beautiful this dish looks right here. I've got to show this right here.
that
I've got to
nice?
show that beautiful
Nice,
dish, chicken
nice.
and linguine that she prepared
With fresh
before
dill.
the break.
and fresh grated Parmesan.
And it looks delicious.
And so we are going to.
And what
see
are we
if it's
doing now?
delicious.
What are you doing now?
I'm just heating up that bread in the skillet because I didn't bring the Easy Bake Oven. And so.
Just a
it
bit of toast?
Yes, toast up just a little bit. And
Now, do you ever add that extra Parmesan into your linguine
it's,
that's
it's
left?
going somewhere,
or-
yes. It is
Okay.
absolutely. You can bet it's not going in the trash because it is not cheap.
Right. Right.
I've got some really expensive Parmesan in the fridge that my friend Lucy is very fond of that. We're going to do something special for her with that. Okay, so let's see. Let's put this over here.
That
And
looks
we will
delicious.
serve this up. Kathy, you don't eat, so I don't know if I'm giving you any or not because you don't do your part with the eating. Remember that.
Well, I saved the last dish. You know, remember when you
Okay.
cooked the last
All right,
show?
yep,
I
yep.
saved it and took it home with me.
That's smart. Good.
Good. Remember that we eat with our eyes first, so it's important that it be attractive.
Yes.
I think this
That looks
makes it too attractive. That's a pile
delicious.
of noodles right there.
Delicious.
And it allows us to appreciate, I think, our food too.
Absolutely.
Just a little more as we're eating it.
It's-
we're not
it's-
just putting it,
It's not
shoving
in
it in our
wax
mouth.
paper out of a bag.
Right.
And Emily, some of this is for you, so you just hang on back there, girl.
And and we can't forget our camera
And
guy.
MJ,
MJ
Yeah.
is the man behind
the
the
man.
scenes, and we thank you and
the
appreciate you,
engineer
MJ.
and
Thank you very
cameraman.
much for all you do.
okay, that's looking pretty delish.
That looks
Yes,
amazing.
it does.
All right, we have extra parm if we
And
need
that's
extra parm.
fresh Parmesan. If
Yes.
you're just now joining us, you weren't with us before the break.
Fresh grated parm. It's real easy to do. And the Parmesan will last in your refrigerator for a really long time if you don't get your fingers on it, if you don't contaminate it.
Ah.
So wrap it
Well, you know, that's
yeah.
the trick
then
with
don't
cheese,
touch
isn't
that- and
it?
don't
And
go in
cheese
there and
is
just touch it.
actually
Exactly.
cheese is actually good unless you see mold on it. Correct, Susan?
Pretty much, yeah. And
Yeah.
the mold on this is kind of hard to see because it's a lighter colored mold, but it's will eventually be pink. So if you
Right.
see pink, you don't have to throw it away. Just scrape the pink off of it because what's
Oh.
underneath is just fine. Don't throw
Right.
that in the
There's-
trash
How
can.
about that?
Pay extra for plenty of cheeses with mold in them.
Yeah.
Blue cheese, for
Right,
instance.
certainly.
Yeah.
Is there, and I don't know this trick.
That's all.
I know, like with butter, you can leave it sitting out as
Uh-huh.
long as your house isn't hot, right, or excessively hot.
Right?
What about with cheese? I remember my grandparents. They used to have cheese and crackers sitting out.
Well, in
you know,
plenty
with
of
the little
cheese stores,
cheese-
Parmesan's not
refrigerated, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So most of the time it's
So
not.
sometimes yes, and it depends also on how it's sealed, how it's packaged. This was cryovac, so
Right.
they sucked all the air out of it, and it's likely just fine to set out on the counter for a while.
And so,
this looks excellent.
if people are joining us, I have to ask this because maybe they didn't know. If you can see this looks delicious. What a thin piece of chicken. That's like the perfect portion size.
That is wonderful.
Perfect portion size, Susan. So did you take a breast and slice it in half down the center? Is that what you did?
It was a big breast, and so
It's a
I
cutlet.
I whacked off the end of it that wasn't thick, and then sliced
Right.
the end of it that was thick, and then we used the little hammer to pound it and flatten it out a little bit more.
Well, that is
Oh, this is
wonderful.
going to be
And
so
it seasons just
delicious.
perfectly.
Good deal.
Yum,
Okay.
yum, yum. Is it delicious or what? I'm
They're
sure.
delicious.
Oh my gosh, that is
For
wonderful.
me, it is nice, huh?
The
Good for us.
deal. What flavor it gave it.
And you can buy fresh herbs at most grocery stores. They're going to pound you on the price for what you get. And I encourage you to
This
go
is
and
delicious,
spend
y'all.
$3
really
at
good.
Downing's for
Really
some
good.
seeds. And try to grow some of this stuff
can have
yourself. It's
fresh
just
herbs
not
all
year
year.
round. Yes.
Do y'all have do you have the potting soil or anything too,
Sure.
Lewis?
Oh, yeah. Whatever you need.
So I actually I know like a lot of younger people, they live in apartments, they don't have access to a garden
if
area.
you got access to a window, you can grow herbs.
Yes.
Right.
We've
Or
got
they can
planters
even
and pots
grow a
and potting
tomato.
soil.
Right? Tomato
Well,
plants in a pot. That's what I used to do with pots. but now
Inside,
I
it would
have a
be
big one.
tough to grow a tomato plant unless you had some type of artificial light. So a window
they
is
like
not
a lot of
quite
light.
enough.
Oh,
Quite
okay. I
enough
see.
sunlight for it to produce a fruit, but
So you're saying they could actually grow inside their apartment?
you can grow herbs inside in a window.
Really?
Sure,
Kitchen
sure you
window
can.
herbs?
Yeah,
Absolutely. I got a little pot of that right now at the house.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, see, that's a great tip he just gave us. And now, outside plants, you sell the tomatoes and things, the potting
Sure.
soil, so they could come and if they have a little balcony at their apartment
Yeah, sure.
or
Sure, and it gets plenty of
condo
sun.
or whatever, yes,
Absolutely.
they could grow. You can grow some tomatoes.
You know, if you have a desire to grow something, there's a way to make it happen. And,
Now, this is
And Lewis
delicious.
can tell you what that way is more convincingly than I can.
This is really good.
That's wonderful. It's perfectly
Nice.
seasoned.
No
The
salt.
dill is bright.
It's nice.
It's delicious.
It's very nice.
It's very good. And you just took this bread. Did you make this bread?
Sure.
Or you just
sure
bought
she
it at the
does.
grocery? Yeah.
Oh, I have not mastered the art of yeast.
Okay.
So this is purchased.
Yeah. So you
Actually, it's been in the freezer for
really.
about 2 months. Yeah, 3 months. I had buttered it and garlicked it and cooked
delicious.
it beforehand, and then I put it in the freezer. So that's another thing, another task that you don't have to do. Just drag the bread out of the freezer and thaw it and run it through the pan, and you know, the prep time has happened in the past.
So if you buy fresh bread at the bakery, do you go ahead and cook? I mean, do you heat it again before you freeze it? Or can you just freeze it like in that bag, like
Oh,
you
yeah.
do
Well, I
loaf
think
bread?
would freeze it in the bag.
there are certain bags. So if you go and if you shop at Artisanal Baked Goods here in Anniston,
Right.
they will provide you with a freezer bag.
Right.
There's a
Really?
special
Yeah,
bag
yeah.
made to freeze your bread
Your
in.
bread in, yes.
And so you can thaw it, cut off what you want, refreeze it.
I would love to have them on the show.
They would be
I need to have
wonderful.
them on
They
the
would
show.
be wonderful.
Because I would love to hear about how they make their
I
bread.
need for Teddy to come and laminate some dough for me.
Absolutely.
I tried the croissant thing 3 different times.
Yes, it would be. It's tough.
Oh,
Their
my
croissants are the
goodness.
best I've ever
Lord.
had.
This is
I've made some
delicious.
that were close to good, but nothing like what they have.
This
And
is
Everything
so
they have is
delicious.
Uh-huh.
my
Everything they
goodness.
have is wonderful.
Okay, we're
Muffin
just
is to die
eating
for.
on this show.
I'm so
instead.
sorry. That was so rude of us to eat without yeast. Just give us a call and we will hook you up with the
So
stuff
Susan,
the prep you need.
if someone wanted to
To do
have
this
this at
meal.
home,
Yeah.
you could set them up with everything they need.
Yes, the portions of everything and the directions.
And do
for-
you do that custom, whatever I want to
Yeah,
eat, or do
absolutely,
you have
yeah.
pre? So if I wanted,
either way, both ways.
fillet and lobster tails with linguine, you could do that. You could do whatever.
The fillet and lobster tails thing is going to be iffy, sketchy for somebody that doesn't know how to cook. Right?
Right.
I'm
'Cause that's
just,
gonna
but
be-
for
but-
just as a for instance.
But if that's
Yeah.
what you wanted, that's what we would do. I have a customer in, sweet lady friend, not just customer, friend in Piedmont, and she's always sending me a zinger. That's nothing that's on the menu, you know. That's
Things
like,
that
okay.
she's wanting to cook. Yeah.
The chicken and dumplings is one of those, and chili and this and that and this
Chicken
and that. And I'm like,
dumplings.
sure, Brenda, we can do that. We can do that, yes.
So do you whip it up for people and then just
Heck
give them
yeah.
a price?
Yes, yes.
Nice.
Absolutely. We make a really good pimento cheese and a very good chicken salad with pecans or without pecans. And
Very
Yeah, we're
nice.
pretty good at
I
a
like
lot of different things.
my
All
chicken
right,
salad
and you
without
can call
nuts.
Susan at Oven Odyssey
Thank
at
you,
938-899-4222.
Can you hear the rain? I mean, not us.
I certainly can.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I don't think it probably goes
Background.
through on the station,
Okay.
but
It's raining.
it's raining.
Heavily.
It's rained a lot.
40 days and 40 nights
Yeah.
at least. We had
It's
a couple
rained
of
quite a
days
bit.
last week when we didn't have rain.
Yeah, it's rained quite a bit. That linguine is delicious. The chicken is delicious. We won't ask prices now. You have to get her number. So be sure
Yeah, we're
and call
talking
her Oven
dinner for
Odyssey.
2 is $30 and up, and so
Yeah. So that's
less-
reasonable.
Less than you're going to pay.
Oh, that's great.
Anywhere.
Yeah. I actually went to a hamburger joint recently, and my husband and me, we actually got floored. 2 burgers, 2 fries, and 2 drinks. It was like $40-something. We
Yeah.
almost passed out.
Yeah.
We were like, no. No, this can't
Exactly.
be, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The drop.
So this is a great thing for you to learn new recipes
Yes.
right here with us. So join us every week. Every week. We're on Wednesdays, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday nights. And you can get all these great cooking tips from Susan, as well as find out more about our community with our guests. And this is delicious. It really is. I'm eating. I'm eating it. It's very good.
I'm chewing, so.
And this is this is a great actually dish. It's not a lot of calories. Your chicken is protein,
I have a lot of pasta on my plate, and
and you got
has calories.
pasta. Well, the pasta is about it. About a half a cup is a
That's a good
is a
200
serving.
calories right there.
Yeah, about a half
And
a
you can
cup is a
substitute
good
the
serving.
butter for olive oil.
Yes, sure could.
If you wanted to.
Yep,
It's
sure
going to be
could.
the same amount of calories.
Oh, really?
Actually, yeah.
And it's delicious.
Yep.
It's totally delicious.
A tablespoon of anything that's greasy is going to be about 100 calories.
Yep. A tablespoon.
Yeah.
About a half a cup. You know, that's like you guys at home. Just remember that with your fruit. About a half a cup of fruit is equivalent to about 13 to 15 grams of carb, any kind of fruit. So when you think about it, that's not a lot of fruit, though, if you cut up a banana. That's
You know-
only about a half of a banana.
If I am out in the
You know.
blueberry patch, it's no telling really how much, what that adds up
Those
to.
don't have hardly any carbs.
Because I will be
Blueberries
just
are-
How
poking
much,
them in
how
the
much
rat.
are your blueberries producing? When blueberries are producing, Susan, how much are they?
I picked 2 gallons on Sunday.
Wow.
2 gallons. That's a lot. Yeah,
2
that's
gallons.
Like 5 times that bowl.
Oh, wow.
And how
Well,
long
this
will it
is
be before you pick
delicious.
again?
I need to be picking right now.
This is delicious. We're
But-
going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Yes.
But we will be right back with more in-style cooking and the community. Stay with us. Welcome back to In-Style Cooking and with the community. And we've had a great meal today.
Yes.
Susan prepared chicken linguine. I hope you were here to join us the last 30 minutes, but if you weren't, that's fine. You can always catch us on the next time slot. Remember, we're here on Wednesday mornings from 8 to 9, Wednesday evenings from 7 to 8, Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2, and Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m. and Monday night 7 to 8 p.m. And then a new episode airs every Wednesday morning again at 8 a.m.
So that's a lot of opportunities to rewatch the show, right?
That's
Yes.
right.
Because it's so stunning and delightful,
Well,
and
the
you need to
cooking.
see it again.
And you can
Lewis
yeah,
did
if you
really
miss
well with the
something.
linguine. He was like flipping the linguine,
Yeah.
and nothing went all out on the cereal
Yeah,
floor. It was
and he
excellent.
actually taught me something today I had never seen done. The little,
Yes,
the little, the little feathered.
Yes,
Is that
I
what you
love
call it? Feathering the
that's what we
linguine,
can call
I
it now.
guess.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
It was pretty
When you
cool.
twirl it out.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, well done.
And so you've got to be here with us every week for a new episode, and you can watch us online. You can just download the app WEAC TV 24, as well as you can go on your TV if you don't have cable. If you have cable, right here locally would be channel 9 on Sparklight. But you can also download us through the Fire or Roku. You just type in search WEAC TV 24, and then you probably will scroll down just like it does on your phone, and then you can hit the live. And if it's exactly, you know, the time, like if you do that at Wednesday morning at 8:10, the show should already be on and you'll see us.
If you like WEAC TV 24 on Facebook, then you're going to get alerts, and the shows are going to come up in your news feed as they play.
Okay, that's smart.
Every episode as it comes
well,
on. Yeah.
see, I didn't even know. Look at there. I just learned a tip from Susan.
How about that?
And I've been doing it on the apps or pulling it up on the TV or.
It's really
Yeah.
easy, you know. If you put it in, if you do a Google search for WEAC TV 24, it's going to pull the station up, and then you do the watch live, and you're good to go.
Very good. I'm Kathy Tillery, by the way. I'm your host, and Susan is our co-host, Susan Shipman, and she is the owner of Oven Odyssey.
Yes.
Right here in Calhoun County. And we just learned, if you were here with us the last few minutes, we learned how Susan can actually prepare a meal for you.
Yes, it's a meal kit. Everything that you need included in one box or some type of container to prepare your own meal. All the spices portioned out. Everything that you need, plus instructions. So if you have something to cook with and in, then you can do this, and you can do this for yourself.
And a lot of people subscribe to those services.
They
A lot of
do.
you may subscribe to those services.
Yeah.
And here's someone right in our community.
That's right.
That does the exact same thing.
Yes.
It's customizable.
And super fresh.
Yeah,
and
I had.
lovely.
See, that's a great. Oh, it's just a great idea because
And it's a lot
I'm
of
always
fun to do that, and
scared.
to know that somebody's going to take this home with
Yes.
them, and they're going to discover that they can, in fact, cook.
Right.
Yeah, and those they send you the cards. Like when you get packages in the mail,
yeah.
free 20 meals or 5 meals or whatever. But I'm scared to do those because I don't like. I don't know who's touching that food. I know Susan. I know Susan's touching the food. I watch her wash her hands,
That's
guys.
right. That is right.
So but
Thank you.
Lewis actually is how it all ties in together in our community. You would be so surprised because her vegetables and a lot of her herbs she gets from Lewis.
Yes.
She does.
Either
At
the
Downey
plants or the
Sons.
seeds.
Susan
yes.
and her husband Roscoe
Yes.
are great customers of ours,
Thank
and
you.
have been. I've probably known Roscoe all my life.
We love to come and poke around in the store too and see what's
Great,
new and see
great.
what's
And
not
tell
new
us
that's
where
been there.
tell
You're
us
like,
where
"Oh."
Downing and Sons is again, just in case you haven't seen Lewis on a previous show.
So we take up the corner of 11th Street and Gurney Avenue. On Gurney is where our fabric store is. We sell upholstery and drapery fabric and custom cut upholstery foam if you need to redo those old tired couch cushions. And on the 11th Street side is where our garden shop is. We sell
Yes.
lawn and garden supplies
Right.
and vegetable garden plants and seeds and all
And
those goodies.
There's
His
something
number
there
is
that you need.
256-236-8972. And also you can pull him up online at downingandsons.com.
That's right.
So you
Yay.
can order online as well. Do you
So
have
you
do
can you can shop our fabrics online actually.
Great.
On our website,
Great.
you can shop, order, in-store pickup, or swatches.
And that's pretty new for you guys, right?
That is fairly new. It's something we have never done, certainly, but it's
Okay.
something we've just gotten off the ground in
Wonderful.
the past 3 or 4 months.
Excellent.
And I want to say this, Lewis, if you're watching us from another area like Auburn, Huntsville, Sylacauga, wherever, but if you're in our local area, inside Calhoun County, I wanted you to know Lewis is now on the Anniston City Council, and they are working really, really hard to try to expose our businesses for more people to come in to see and to actually build back some businesses, right? Like
That's right.
I know there's a couple of new things that just opened up. I want to say Hannah Dyer, and Mr. Dyer was superintendent of Calhoun County
That's right.
Schools. She just opened a new little shop out in Linlock.
Oh, great! So,
Right
that's
here in Calhoun
that's
County.
news to me. That's great.
Yeah,
Great
a
for
little.
them.
I think they do hair and nails,
Oh, cool.
and I think I can't remember exactly what she does, but she'll let me know when she sees this show. I'm sure.
Downtown Anniston has done such a really good job, and for a long time, the past 20 years, Downtown Anniston has been working really hard to revitalize the downtown
That's
area,
right.
to bring more merchants into the area, and it's just been amazing. And there are some of the standing businesses like Downing and Sons, like I can't.
Well, you got Couch's Jewelers. You got
Couches is
Yeah.
still there,
Tyson's Model
yes.
City Glass on the corner from us. Just on our block, you have us, Tyson's Model City Glass, who's been there just as long or
Yes.
longer than us.
A long time.
In between us is Haynes Sewing Machine Company. They've been there for
Yes, ever.
several generations. Mr. Haynes can remember when there
Right.
were trees on Gurney Avenue.
Right, and a lot of people don't realize,
And that's
like
just one
with
block.
Right.
Couches Jewelers, they've been around a long time.
Sure.
I love
Very
Couches
long time.
Jewelers.
They actually had a satellite one time at the Exchange, and I think that was back before COVID. And then probably the Exchange, it's blossomed and got so big probably the rent was so high, is what I was.
I don't
just
remember when they
guessed.
were down there.
Because I love the old couches,
Mm-hmm.
though. The original couches is where it was when it started.
And downtown Anniston has really come a long way. We all know, where it was, kind of the same place that every downtown, every old
Yes.
main street in the
Yes.
country was at.
Yes.
And the city and the private sector have really put a lot of investment in our downtown area.
Yes.
Right.
And so we couldn't be more proud of it than we are
And
now.
Classic
have
and
become.
Noble, Classic on Noble
has
is
been
a
there.
fantastic.
But if you
restaurant.
haven't come to downtown Anniston
Fantastic.
recently,
You need to come.
you don't know what you're missing.
Right.
There has been so much private investment, so many new businesses have opened since you've been there last. Maybe there is a music series that Main Street Anniston and the city of
Yes.
Anniston are putting on. Our Main Street program is second to none. Our Main Street director has done such a fabulous job. We have just earned a National Main Street accreditation, which
Wow.
we're so
That's
proud
great.
of.
That's huge.
So if you're not coming to downtown Anniston, if you think I've been there before and it's dilapidated
yeah.
and vacant, then you haven't been downtown lately because we've got a
Yes.
lot going on. I would
And
encourage everyone
what's
to
the
come.
next event coming up? Is there an event coming up?
There
this
is. So
weekend?
just this Saturday
Right.
is the Anniston Heritage Festival,
Right.
and it'll be a lot of fun. There's music all day. It's going to be fun, safe family entertainment all
Right.
day with vendors and food and stuff for the kids to do.
Yes.
Well, this show
Something
may
for
not air
everybody.
though before that, but
Well,
that's okay.
That's okay.
But we've got
But-
some
and then
other
there'll be
stuff
something
coming
after
up.
that.
Isn't there
There'll be something after
bicycles?
that.
Isn't there
There'll be
some bicycle events coming up in the
Pro-
fall?
probably
I think in
there are.
August.
Probably
there's
there
a
are,
Well, you know,
Catherine,
bikers.
you know.
Woodstock is on August the 2nd.
The Woodstock
I'm
race
August
is the
2nd.
running
first
in
Saturday.
Woodstock.
That's coming up.
Atta girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good for
I
you.
just like the first time I ran that, I was like, maybe I'll finish without passing out and throwing up, and I did. And,
Do you
and
actually run? Susan, or
yes.
you walk?
Yeah, I do both. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
very
It's
good.
like a huge accomplishment for an old girl. For
That is
anybody,
good.
really. That's
Yeah.
And I found this training program. That's a 7-week training program where you get ready for that, and I'm trying to do that so that
That's
I
great
don't
for
pass
you.
out or throw up before I finish.
great.
Yeah, I always like if I can beat my time, and so we'll see.
And how do you sign up for that? How does the audience? Because a lot of
go-
people,
go-
even I know my
Go to
son, even
Woodstock
loves
5K, and it's
5Ks.
going to show up. And this is a national thing. It's not just a local
Right.
local deal, and it's been going on for
A long time. So
Decades.
the Woodstock
Right.
run is also something that's special to me. The start finish line is right in front of my dad's house at the corner of 14th and Woodstock.
yes.
And so all my life, I can remember waking up early and
Sitting out in the yard
sitting
and-
out in the yard and
Yes.
watching runners go by. And
Yeah,
So
the
it's
whole
really a
community
nostalgic
along the
thing,
path
sure.
is
So
cheering,
if you're not
cheering the
from our
runners on.
area, you need to come join the
It's fun.
5K.
it's
Heck
a lot
yeah.
of fun.
Yeah,
Several
and
times
there's a
it's
Kid
been
K.
the Southeastern Regional
Yes.
Championship and
Yes.
has national implications. There will be
Indeed.
runners from all over the world
Yes.
that
Wow,
come.
yeah.
to
And
just
they'll
to
finish
run this-
45 minutes faster than me.
Right,
Right.
right. Well, Lewis Downing, Downing and Sons is just such a part of our history of Anniston. They've been there a long time.
We've been there for
Got a lot of-
62 years this year.
A lot of heritage there, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
success stories, and I'm sure there's some sad stories too. as
Sure,
well.
it's just as any business that's successful knows it's up. There are ups and downs.
Right.
You don't win without losing a few times.
Right.
You know, and
So,
so
a lot of sacrifices made in a family business.
a lot of
because-
sacrifices made in a family
Nobody's getting
business,
rich.
but nobody's
Right.
nobody's getting rich. I
Yeah,
promise you that.
yeah.
But it lets me spend time with my family. It lets me
Yes.
bring my kids
Right.
to work with me and show them what I'm doing, and it's such a joy to have them make that space theirs and to have people come in like the Shipmans, that
Yeah.
you've known forever.
Yeah.
And allows us to be a part of the community
Right.
as much as we want to be.
Yes.
And,
Well,
and
I want to say thank you, and thank you to your dad and your grandparents. I know my parents shopped there. Both my parents are deceased, but years ago they shopped there when
I
I
hear
was
that
there.
every
and
day.
I will definitely be coming now that my kids are all grown now, and I can maybe bring the grandbabies.
And
Sure,
you have a personal
absolutely.
connection.
But we're gonna have to cut it short here because we're running out of time. Thank you for joining us today for In Style Cooking and the Community. Join us next time right here on WEAC TV 24. Until then, have a beautiful, beautiful week.